Hey guys, it's me, George Gonzalez, Sold 7 More. I wanted to talk a little bit about the first-time buyer program that's coming back to Santa Clara County. It's going by the name of Empowered Home Buyers, and kind of want to share what the update is and what the truth is about this program. I believe it's a great program for first-time buyers. I have experience using the Pell program years ago, about eight years ago, where it was about $80,000 as grant money. It was held as a second as well. So I kind of wanted to work out the bugs for those that don't understand the process. And I think it's important to understand what you're getting into so you make the right decision. So, well, number one, it's called the Empowered Home Buyers Program. And we had a meeting here in Santa Clara County a week ago, Thursday. And today is December 5th, 2018. Sorry about that. So really quick, I wanted to kind of give the gist out there. So it's about $50 million that Santa Clara County is going to grant to first-time home buyers, and which is, very helpful, especially with the prices the way they are today. I want to say that, understanding it, like I said, is probably the best part. So let's get into it. So they do grant up to 17% of the purchase price. The purchase price being $800,000 is the cap. And so that doesn't mean you have to buy it at $800,000, but you can go up if you qualify, in the back end with what you can pay monthly and make sure it's comfortable for you. So number one is the first thing you have to do is attend an 8-hour course. And with that being said, you have to pay for this course. It's $50, which is fair because they have to have their staff and whatnot. So you attend this 8-hour class, and at that point they will refer you to a lender, assuming you get approved for the program, after they go through your guidelines, of their guidelines, and make sure you qualify. So number one, take the 8-hour course, $50, that's up front. And second, they will refer you to a loan officer. Here's what I do know. Right now there is no lenders that are approved for this loan quite yet. They're in the beginning stages. So make sure that you know the facts and don't get forced into using, or all the marketing is going to come out and saying, come with me, I can qualify you. Right now, there is no loan officers that are approved for this program. So that's important to know too, so you're not getting sold on anything. And that's just the honest truth. I heard it from the horse's mouth. So that's a great point to know. Next thing being is that it is for first-time buyers. So that just means that you cannot own a property or inherit a property or be on title for any properties under your name. That disqualifies you from this program. There is no way around it. However, if you owned a house before and it's been 3 years or more, now you do qualify for her first-time home buyer program. So that's good to know too. So if you got bought it 3 years ago, sold, or whatever, divorced and all that, if it's been 3 years since you've owned a home, and you've been on title, then you qualify for this program. And so another important thing to talk about is the FICO score. The FICO score 680 is the middle score that you need to qualify for this program. So make sure that your credit is accurate enough for this program before you take the class, because that way you can save the $50, because your certificate does expire after 90 days. And so not sure if they'll charge you $50 again to renew it. I don't believe so. I think that you just requalify your numbers to get the certification back. But any case, so let's make sure that the FICO score is 680 and above, and if not, work on that before you do any of the movements, right? And so now a big factor here is the income qualifying. So you do have to make less than $105,200 yearly for one buyer, and for a co-buyer it's $120,200, and so forth. The more buyers there's income brackets that you have to qualify for the low income, in a sense, housing program. So again, be very careful of how much you make or how much you report on your taxes, because it's going to be a big playing factor in qualifying yourself for this program. Here's an interesting fact, is that this is a 30-year loan, but for the first 10 years, you're welcome to pay this loan back and have to pay no gain on any increase of the property value, which is great. So if you're able to qualify for a conventional loan by yourself, refinance and pay them off, you don't have to pay them anything but the dollar amount that was borrowed. After the 10 years, then they'll start to charge you a 10% gain of whatever the difference is on the equity that the property therefore is growing throughout the years. So if you wait for the 30 years, you'll have to pay the difference of whatever the value is at that point, aside from the money that they initially lent you. So good and bad. You know, it's kind of one of those things. It's piggy bank. It's a silent second, so you don't have to make any payments on this loan per month. But when it's time to sell or refinance, or when you finally pay it off, they expect their money back. And I think the idea for the 10-year grace period is to kind of keep the money flowing so others have the opportunity. And I think with the growth that we've had, I think in the next 10 years we'll definitely be able to succeed that 17% that they lent you, and that's the hopes anyway. So. A lot of concern about if the market crashes, what's going to happen. So we did ask that question at the meeting, and there was no solid answer. I think that they're thinking positively that the market's going to increase in the next 10 to 30 years, and I agree with that. I think that there's a lot going on in San Jose right now. Yesterday they approved the Googleville Dearborn station is 100% green light, so I'm excited about that, and I'm sure that you guys as homeowners are, and everybody in the area, because it means big things for us here. So. Moving along, so as I mentioned, it is a program for up to $800,000, and again, you don't have to spend $800,000, but it gives you a little bit more buying power because of the prices the way they are. So I wanted to get into some numbers so I can give you more of a clean explanation of how this is going to work. So at an $800,000 purchase price, you're looking at putting 3% of your own funds down, which is $24,000 that you must have in the bank, and it must be verifiable funds, or it can be a gift as well. So there's options, kind of like the FHA program that gives you the option to get gifted money. However, you want to have a little bit of cushion there too, because you will have closing costs, and the program will not cover the closing costs. So number one, 3% of your own pocket. Secondly, the 17% is coming from the Empowered Home Program. It will be about $136,000. Huge. This is huge for your monthly payment, because now you're coming in with 20% down, $160,000 combined, right? And so now your loan amount is $640,000. So I've done some math here at a 5% rate with taxes and insurance. You're looking at something more along the lines of a payment of $4,300 and let's just call it $70, roughly, right? So don't quote me. But this is definitely a big change, because coming off of that 20% down, this is definitely more affordable than having to pay, you know, $1,000 to $1,500 more, assuming that you got a 5% rate. Only because the MI is a big part of your payment being higher, because it's not 20% down. The mortgage insurance will definitely eat away at you for until you can get rid of it. So. Again, this is a Santa Clara County program, so you have to buy in Santa Clara County. I'm not sure if they have anything else going on in any of the other county, but if there is, I'll be sure to make a video and attend the courses for it. So I hope this video was helpful, and I will ask for you to do me a favor on my YouTube channel. Down here, you'll see the little double G's, my logo. If you can click and subscribe so that I can create a following and help as many as I can, at least understand the process of buying real estate and whichever loans come our way. So again, George Gonzalez, Soul 7 More. Hope this was helpful. Please subscribe and like my YouTube channel and my Instagram and LinkedIn. Look for me. Let's connect. I'll see you guys soon. Happy holidays.